Hi, Earth Signs. It's Suzanne with Sunny Force Tarot here to do just a little daily reading. What's going on in the next 24 hours or what's going on with you. All right, so I'm going to lay out the cards here. All right, so I'm using the Energy Oracle cards today and the Lenormand and the Rider-Waite Tarot. All right, so each of these here could be working together to tell your story, or there might be three different stories here, okay? Water signs were they kind of mesh together, okay? I find that the stories kind of mesh together in some way, or I could see a link to the stories. All right, so let's see, we're going to pull a Lenormand card for each of these as well. All right, we'll see what we get, and then we'll clarify with tarot. All right, so starting over here, what do we have here? All right, so we have the bouquet. All right, so this is the energy of somebody wanting to give something to you around love and romance. Possibly, you know, they're giving you a gift in some way, or they're showing you or giving you some type of acknowledgement that they might have romantic feelings for you. All right, so what do we have here? We have, look at this. We have a man holding a coin. All right, so this could be another earth sign, first of all, okay? But this is a man that is, you know, ready to give something. So there definitely could be somebody in your circle or in your vicinity, or somebody, the first person that comes to mind. This person, this masculine, could be ready to give to this connection, is what I'm feeling here, okay? All right, so let's see what we have here. Do they connect? Let's see. What do we have here? All right, so we have the broom or the whip, okay? Whoops. All right, so this is about patterns in some way. So far, these two do not necessarily feel connected, all right? This could be about a pattern that you have, or you're experiencing somebody else's pattern that they have. What does this have to do with? What do we have here? Look at this. We have a door to spirit. So let's put this up here. So I feel like what might be going on for you is you might be seeing certain patterns in your life, okay? It might be very evident to you, very clear that you have certain patterns in your life. And a lot of times when we start noticing those patterns, that's when we start to awaken to our spirituality. And that's what door to spirit is. You might be starting to feel much more intuitive. You might be starting to feel a little bit psychic. You might be opening up to some of your spiritual gifts that maybe you weren't aware of in the past or didn't realize that you had. You know, this could be, you know, your third eye opening. You might be feeling presence of spirit around you. You might be seeing spiritual signs, you know, telling you what you already suspect and what you know. So I feel like this in some way is about either a spiritual awakening or tapping more into your spiritual gifts. All right, so what do we have here? All right, so we have, this is the crossroads. So interesting. It's like you can go up this set of stairs and out this door, or you can go up this set of stairs and out this door. There is some type of choice in front of you that could be life-changing, literally, you know, depending on what door you go through. You might be aware that you're at a crossroads in life. So what do we have here? Look at, we have strategy. So when you don't know what to do or you don't know what direction to go in, what do? You might strategize as to what makes more sense. But I do feel like this is very much where you're in your thinking mind. You know, this, I don't feel like this is coming from your intuition. That could be why this door to spirit is opening up, because this is classically how you make decisions, okay? Is, you know, looking at the pros and cons, looking at, you know, what could bring you more resources or more money, or put you in a better location or in a better position. You know, this isn't coming from a place, you know, through your heart space. It's not about necessarily going down the path of what do I love? You know, it's what makes the most sense. What makes the most sense financially? What makes the most sense, you know, for my stability? All right. You know, that's what I feel like this energy is here. Okay. So you might be fighting it. You might be fighting, you know, in some way, choosing what your heart wants, you know, and what your head wants. Okay. Which can be two completely different things. All right. So let's see what's going on over here with this man holding, whoops, this card isn't supposed to be in there. With a man holding a coin, offering possibly a gift, offering romance to you in some way. Let's see. What do we have? We have strength. So this person could be a Leo. This person, I feel like, has felt this way for some time. All right. They have had these intentions, you know, for some time towards you. I feel like this is a big deal. This is, you know, this person showing their strength, showing their, but at the same time showing a vulnerable side to them by, I feel like, giving you something or validating that the connection exists, that they do have some romantic feelings towards you. What else? All right, Emperor, card of Aries. So, all right, so we have two fire signs here. You might be dealing with a fire sign, okay? We've got Leo and Aries here. So this man with a coin could certainly be a fire sign or have that fiery, passionate energy here coming towards you. You know, the Emperor, you know, can certainly be, this might be somebody that has some type of a, you know, a position of authority or public image, or is, you know, a boss of some kind, you know, especially with this man holding a coin. This could also be, you know, this could also be a promotion, okay? You know, if you're looking at this from a standpoint of work, this could definitely be a promotion. But I feel like it's more on the romantic side. I feel like this person's been very controlled about how they go about this. So this isn't something that somebody is doing on a whim towards you. This is something that they have thought long and hard about. And I feel like they've thought long and hard about whether or not to even do it. It feels like it puts them in some kind of risk as well. One more here. Judgment. So, you know, this is somebody that, you know, is getting off the fence, okay? They've been on the fence about this, excuse me, for a long time. That's what this feels like. They've been on the fence for a very long time. I don't feel like this is necessarily a reconciliation, though. I feel like this is some type of birth, excuse me, for this person. It's a big deal that they're doing this. Sorry. Oh my gosh. An itch I can't get rid of. So yeah, this could be happening right now. It's what? It's Friday. This could be happening over the weekend. This might be somebody that surprises you for, asking you out tonight or sending you some type of invitation or text or something. Maybe literally sending you flowers, roses. Okay? There is, this person is feeling the impulse to take action on this in some way right now. Okay? All right, so that's the first story. Does it connect here in some way? I don't know. Let's see. What do we have? All right, so we have the Tower. So remember, this is this broom or this whip up here. This is about patterns, and sometimes once we see, especially a negative pattern in our life, that can open us up to, a higher level of what life is all about. That's what an awakening is. You start to realize and you start to look at things very, very differently. Door to Spirit, again, you might intuitively feel like something is getting ready to fall apart, but intuitively it's supposed to. And it's because you might have resisted some type of change. And this, certainly could be around, a traditional job. Okay. It's like it doesn't feel authentic to you anymore. It doesn't feel like it feeds your soul in any way. It feels like you're, like you signed over your soul is what it feels like. Okay. And when you feel like that and you are going to work on a daily basis like that, you're not aligned with what your higher self wants for you. So, a lot of people look at the Tower like some major punishment in life, but it's actually a gift. Okay? When things fall apart or feel like they fall apart, it's simply so it makes it easier, and it opens you up to what needs to be built up. Focusing on what fell apart doesn't really serve you. It was supposed to. Okay? And it was supposed to because you're being opened up to spiritual gifts that you have, or something that maybe you want to do in life that really fulfills your heart. Okay? Could be tied to, in some way, this person over here. Maybe this person, has the resources or is pulling you in to do something, as a partnership with them. What else do we have here? Yeah, Six of Swords. You're moving on from something. And even if it feels like, it feels devastating in the moment, that'll pass. And sometimes whatever you've been worried about is going to happen. When that happens, it ends up not being as bad as you think. Okay? It ends up actually bringing you a lot of clarity and peace of mind. Six of Swords. It moves you towards a much calmer state of being. All right, so what else here in the middle story? Empress. Okay, you actually end up feeling, I feel like this is beautiful. Empress is about feeling like you're, a little bit like the Queen of Wands. This is how people start to see you. Very loving, very giving, very supportive. If you were to ask yourself if people see you like this right now, do they? Okay, do you feel like you're, giving and generous to the point where people would describe you like that. I feel like if not, whatever transition is happening here, and however painful it might be in the moment, it's pushing you towards this. It's pushing you towards being the ideal version of yourself, which definitely could involve some type of spiritual gift that you have. All right? And it helps you to break a pattern that you have. Okay? The pattern could be a lot of things. It could be, playing the game in the corporate world. Maybe you're tired of playing the game. It could be stepping on people to get to where you want to be and you don't feel good about that. It could be that, you're a manager of some kind or a boss of some kind and, you're being asked to do things that you don't feel right about doing. And either way, it's like it brings in the tower, whether it's internally or externally, because you don't feel good about possibly where you are or what you're doing. Okay? To avoid the tower, you might need to make the choice yourself, which means maybe you need to quit a job. And I'm not saying quit a job before you have another job, but sometimes, honestly, that's how new things come in, is when you shut the door on something else. That's trusting the universe, that the universe will bring what needs to come to you. Okay? If you're not used to doing that, or if you've never done that before, that feels really scary. But it also feels very liberating, like you're in control. Okay? All right, so we have a choice here, and we have a strategy. So again, this feels very, in our heads, okay? Like we're making this choice from a standpoint of what's practical. So what is this about? Okay, we've got 8 of Wands here. I feel like you're talking about this. You're talking about something with somebody in your life, as it feels kind of big to you, like whichever way I go, that's going to set the path for my life for the next 10 or 15 years. This could be a really, really big decision, and you're talking about it. You might be talking about it with friends or family. Let's see. What does this have to do with the world? You're trying to figure out what is satisfying to you in this world, okay? And you're trying to figure it out, at least for right here, okay? You're trying to figure it out logically in your head. And I feel like the strategy is about looking at what fulfills you, If you're looking at it from the standpoint of where I make the most money, that probably is a pretty easy choice because you're going to know where you make the most money. If you're hesitant, even knowing that one direction brings you more money, at least initially, versus the other, then you know that it's a choice of your heart, not your head, because you already have the facts of what the two choices actually bring you. So your hesitation is because one could be the direction of your heart, and the other is the direction of, well, that makes more sense practically in the physical world. Okay? So one more here, and we've got, 5 of Swords. You're conflicted. Very, very conflicted about this, and in this card here, and it's interesting because one person here is walking away with, not too much pain in their heart. The other person back in the background there has a lot of heart, has a lot of feeling around, this conflict. I feel like these two people represent, the head and the heart, and this is you. It's like you're looking at which direction do I go in? Do I follow my heart or my head in this decision? All right, so let's see. Let's pull from a clarifying deck. All right, so I'm going to pull a card for this Crossroads and this Five of Swords, which is essentially the same thing. All right, so what do we get? We have King of Pentacles. Okay, King of Pentacles is about doing what makes you happy. Okay, by doing what makes you happy, that ultimately brings the most stability and allows you to be more generous with your time, or more generous with your money, or more generous with your heart, because your heart is being filled up every day. So choosing the path of your heart is coming up right here, which ultimately brings you the most stability. You might feel the opposite. You might feel, well, God, if I do that, yes, it might make me more happy during the day, but when I get paid, it's going to be half of what I used to make. But when you do what your heart wants, then other opportunities come from that. So even if what you start off doing, or what you start off being called to, turns into other things. What do we have here? Five of Swords clarified by Page of Pentacles. So, in a way, this card is a little bit about choice too, because you can see this King of Pentacles as this beautiful opportunity to learn something new about yourself, or you can look at the limitations, of following your heart, and you can do what you've always done. But, if these two are connected, Spirit, the universe, isn't going to let you do that or be inauthentic to, your higher self, because it's not going to feel right. So things, or the Tower, will come in much sooner the next time around, because you're going to repeat a situation, or repeat, what you've always done. And there's something about what you've always done that hasn't made you happy, that is opening up this door to something that you connect to much more spiritually, opening you up to your spiritual gifts, to break patterns in your life. Okay? All right? All right, Earth signs. All of these might have resonated with you. These two, I feel, go together a little bit more. They could all be tied together, especially if this man with a coin is connected here somehow to a work situation. Okay, it could be all tied together. All right, so Earth signs, that's what I have for you for the next 24 hours. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that all of this is going to happen in the next 24 hours, but it's in your energy. It might be in your thoughts. You might see signs around certain things, okay? It's just in your energy. All right? All right, guys, that's what I got for you. I will talk to you tomorrow. All right, thanks so much. Have a great week. All right, bye.